Hi, my friends, and now for a trick that's often referred to as eye candy, presented by a guy that is often not referred to as eye candy. But that's okay, I'm all right with it. I actually have here 3 colored rings to be exact, and we're going to try something cool. With a snap of the finger, one of them is going to change to yellow. Everyone go, ooh. Nice. With a second snap, the second one will change to yellow. Everyone go, ah. Thank you. One more snap, and actually all 3 will change to yellow. Everyone go, Brian, that's amazing. Okay, that sounded a little condescending. I'm just going to be honest. Well, anyway, I know you didn't come here to watch me change ring colors. No, my friend, you came here because you wanted to learn a self-working card trick. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So go get out your deck of cards, and let's get into today's tutorial. All right, I see you're back. It's about time. We've been waiting for you. Mr. Imaginary Cameraman, what do I say about expecting my students to be at class on time? I expect tardiness. And just for that, I'm going to put my glasses on and I'm going to look over them at you in a very judgmental way. Well, anyway, I see you have your deck of cards, hopefully, and you're ready to get into today's trick. I love this trick because it allows you to actually have 4 different cards selected, and you're going to read all of their minds and find all 4 of their selected cards. So let's get into it. Basically, you take a deck of cards and you shuffle it, and you can give it a nice little overhand shuffle, whatever. It doesn't really matter. You can cut the deck a couple times, and then what you're going to do is you're going to give the deck cards to a volunteer, and you're going to allow them to deal into 4 piles. Now, I always explain, look, you're going to deal through the entire deck of cards, but here's the thing, you don't have to go in order. You can jump around. Like, you can go here, you can go here, and then even if you want to, you can put a couple cards on a pile at a time. You don't have to go one at a time. So maybe they put like 3 over here, maybe they put a couple here, maybe they go 1, 2, 3, maybe they mix these up, put these over here, and they divvy them out like that, just like so. Okay, so you've now had a volunteer completely randomly make 4 piles. Now what you're going to do is you're going to spread each pile, and you're going to have 4 different volunteers choose a card from their pile. Ask them to not take one from the top or bottom, but take one from the middle, so that way we know it is a fair selection. So volunteer 1 takes 1, volunteer 2 takes 1 from this pile, volunteer 3 takes 1 from that pile, and volunteer number 4 takes 1 from this pile. Whoops, just 1. There we go. Like so. Very good. Okay. So let's just see what they are. Now, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look away because I don't want you. I want to perform it like I would normally perform it. So I'm actually going to literally turn my head away. I'm not going to look at the monitor or anything like that. But this would be volunteer number 1's card. This would be volunteer number 2's card. This would be volunteer number 3's card. I feel like I'm feeling for Braille here. And volunteer number 4. Okay? All right, so those are the 4 chosen cards. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have each volunteer put their card on top like so. And then we're going to pick up the piles, gather them together, and I'm even going to invite a volunteer to cut the deck, and they can cut the deck as many times as they want. It doesn't really matter. And then once this is done, I explain that I'm going to read all 4 of their minds, and I explain I need you all to concentrate on your card. So as they're concentrating, I'm looking at their heads, and I'm looking at the deck cards, and I say, I'm getting a feeling like this might be one of them. Not sure, but I could be wrong. And I'm getting a feeling maybe this could be one. Okay, let me see. I'm looking for, okay, yeah, I think that might be one of them. And I'm going to guess this one perhaps right here. So now we have 4 selections. We're going to see if I got these correct. So I ask one of the volunteers, what card did you pick? If they say the Jack of Clubs, boom, I got it right. Next volunteer says the King of Spades. Boom, I got it right. Next volunteer says the King of Clubs. Boom, I have that right. And finally, the last volunteer says the 8 of Diamonds. And I have gotten all 4 correct. Pretty cool, right? All right. This is a great trick. It is basically a key card concept, except you're using multiple key cards. But let's get into it right now. Here we go. For this trick, you're going to need to take out 4 of a kind. Those 4 of a kind, whatever they are going to be your key card. Now, in this case, I was using the aces. You don't have to use aces. You can use 4 tens, 4 eights, whatever. But whatever 4 of a kind you're going to use, you want to take them out ahead of time. And you want to put them on top of the deck, like so. So in my case, the 4 aces were on top of the deck. Now, when you're ready to perform, you take out the deck cards, and you can do a couple false shuffles that will not affect the top 4 cards. So, if you want to, you could do a riffle shuffle, which is where you're going to leave the top 4 cards on top. Again, leaving those 4 aces on top. You can also do a reverse overhand shuffle, which is where you take cards from the middle, and then you just shuffle them onto the face. That does not actually affect the top section of the deck, which means you leave the 4 aces on top. So again, you're grabbing a stack from the middle, and you're just shuffling them onto the face. And then, of course, you could also do a false triple cut, which is where I take the top 1/3 and I put it to my left. The next 1/3, put it in the middle. Bottom 1/3, put it to my right. And then I pick up the left, put it on top of the middle, on top of the right. It doesn't change the order of the cards at all. But I think the sequence of those 3 is just a beautiful thing. So you do a false riffle shuffle like that, leaving the 4 on top, followed by a nice little overhand shuffle, then go right into a triple cut like this, and it looks like you just mixed up the deck of cards. Again, your 4 aces, or whatever your 4 of a kind, are still on top. Now, once this is done, you hand a deck cards to someone, and you ask them to start to deal into 4 piles. So they go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then after you've gotten to the 4, you explain you're going to have them go through the entire deck, but they don't have to go in order. They can jump around. Like they can go here, then they can go here, they go here, here. And then you explain that they don't even have to go 1 card at a time. They can go like 3 at a time, but maybe they want to put 2 here. Maybe they want to put 4 over here. They can jump all around, putting blocks of cards wherever they want. Now, at this point in time, once you get to the end of the deck, once they've finished dealing out the deck, really a lot of things are just set. You actually have your 4 aces on the bottom of each of these piles. These 4 aces are going to be your key cards that are going to help you find the 4 chosen cards. Now, you're going to spread pile number 1, and what I do is I explain, listen, I kind of know what's on the bottom of these. So why don't you pick one, like, let's say from the middle. And let's say they pick that one. And then I have volunteer number 2, pick one. And then I have volunteer number 3, pick one from this pile. And then I have volunteer number 4, pick one from this pile. Now notice as they pick them, I then gather the cards back so as to not affect the fact that the aces are on the bottom of each of these piles. Now, once this is done, all they're going to do is they're going to memorize each their own cards. Now, one of the things that's really important is, and I said this in another trick, if you're doing a trick where multiple cards are being picked, only do this when you have lots of people that you're performing for, because people can't memorize this many cards. People have a hard time remembering just 1 card. So we got the 3 diamonds. We have volunteer number 2 pick the Jack of Hearts, King of Clubs, and the 8 of Clubs. Okay? Normally, you would not know what they are. They're holding them towards themselves. And then you invite them to each put their card on top of their piles. And then immediately you're going to gather this one. You're going to put on top of this one. And then you're going to put this on top of this. And then this on top of this. And then you invite a volunteer to cut the deck. And if they want to, they can cut it a couple more times. Doesn't really matter. Let's just say they cut it right there. That's great. Once this is done, what's going to happen is you're going to act like you're reading their mind, and all you're going to do is you're going to look for your 4 of a kind, in this case the 4 aces, and whenever you see an ace, the one that's just to the right of it is going to actually be one of the chosen cards. Okay, so when you see your first ace, take the next one that's right next to it, just to the right of it, you're going to put it down. Then you're going to go looking for your next ace. There it is. It's going to be the one from my perspective to my right. That will be another chosen card. And again, you're going to look for ace number 3, and then one to the right. That will be one of the volunteers' card. And then you get to the last one. There's an ace. It's going to be the one to the right. Okay. You put them down. And you say, I think I have found all 4 cards. And then one by one, you have them name their card. First person, let's say, says the Jack of Hearts. There's your Jack of Hearts. What was the second person's? 3 diamonds. There's your card. What was your card? 8 of clubs. There's your card. And what was your card? The King of Clubs. Check it out. I have found all 4 chosen cards. Pretty amazing. Now, the one thing I want to mention is that what can happen, let's just say one of the cards was the King of Hearts, right? Based on how the deck is being cut, you may actually come to a place, like after it's been cut, you may pick up the deck of cards, and there's a possibility you may see an ace on the bottom of the deck. If that's the case, that means the top card is also going to be one of the chosen cards. They've just been split. Okay? So if you see an ace at the bottom, just know that the top card, in this case the King of Hearts it would be, is going to be one of the chosen cards. Okay? So that is a possibility. If you see an ace, the top card is going to be one of them. Otherwise, you're going to go through, and whenever you see the ace, it's going to be the one to the right. So you go like that. You would maybe look for the next ace, and you would say, okay, that's one of them. You'd look for the next ace, and you say that's one of them. And then, obviously, because there was an ace here, you just go to the topmost card and say, I think this might be one of them as well. And then, again, you just have them name their cards one at a time to reveal that you have found all 4 selected cards. That, my friends, is actually pretty amazing, and it's super easy, totally self-working. So if you enjoyed this trick, don't forget to hit like and do subscribe to my channel if you have not done so just yet. If you have a good friend who is a magic enthusiast, please do share my channel with them. We're having lots of fun here, and I hope you're having lots of fun as well. Also, there's a membership section if you want to learn some more advanced magic. And over there, you may find a video or 2 that you may want to click on to continue to learn some more amazing magic tricks as well. So between now and then, until next time, seriously, I'm going to miss you. But until next time, go and be amazing.